Hello guys, welcome to a brand new video. So today I was thinking about doing a video talking about my GLP-1 journey so far. A lot of you guys have been asking down in the comments to have an update, and I'm just getting ready to do some filming for you guys. So I thought while I am getting ready, I could talk to you about my weight loss so far, surgery plans, and whatever else comes with taking the GLP-1. I think that's what it's called. So you would have seen that I did my first little sort of skincare prep. I've had a shower, cleansed my face while I was in the shower, and then I normally wait for my face to dry and put my shark mask on. So this is not sponsored or anything like that, but I do have a shark LED mask, which I actually purchased back at the beginning of the year. So I kind of was on a bit of a frenzy where I was just like, oh my god, my skin's starting to look really old and I've got wrinkles, and I think a lot of it sort of came from losing weight as well. So I was going through the process of losing weight, and I was getting married, and I was really worried about like some wrinkles on my face. So I decided to invest in the Shark LED mask, which honestly I feel has made a big difference to my skin. I am very much into skincare, and it's just basically I just want to kind of maintain good looking healthy skin, and I really do like it. I haven't sort of showed it on a video before. I did actually purchase it and think I'll use it a few months and sort of come back and do a review on it, but I haven't got around to doing that. So if you have any questions about the Shark LED mask, then do leave it down below. I'm not an expert. I can just give you a little bit of my experience using it, and it is great. Like, I really do recommend it. I'm not the only one in the household who uses it now. Like, we all use it. My sons use it. It's really good for acne prone skin as well. There's different settings on it, so you can put a setting on which I use for aging skin and wrinkles, and then there is blemishes and like acne. So it's got blue light and red light on it. It also has really cold eye pads underneath the eyes on the mask, so you can put the switch to however cold you want it to. You know, I can't really deal with it on the really cold setting. It is really cold, but it's really good for like eye bags and stuff like that. So really love the Shark LED face mask. So moving on, I normally tone my face, and I use this Clarins one here, which is the lotion tonic, purifying toning lotion with meadow sweet and saffron flower extracts, combination to oily skin. So I use this because I do have a bit of combination oily skin, and I normally put this on just after I do my face mask, or even if I don't do the face mask, after I cleanse, I'll go in with a toner. So you guys are all here because I wanted to give you an update on my sort of weight loss and my GLP-1 journey. And I honestly haven't made enough videos talking about this, just because honestly I don't really feel inspired about talking about my weight loss. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I feel like it's a very a subject that is just really personal and quite hard going for me, because I've battled with my weight for so many years, and I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, gained weight, and it's something that, yeah, is just really personal and quite hard for me to talk about, just because I don't know what it is, but it just really feels like it's quite a hard subject for me to talk about. But I know a lot of you guys are interested in, you know, the GLP-1 and also my weight loss. You've been following me for a long time, like many years, and you've seen me sort of gain weight, lose weight. But the whole way through, you know, the years of me going up and down with my weight, I've always tried to inspire you lovely ladies to feel comfortable in your skin, regardless of your size, your gender, so whether you're a man or a woman, your ability. So if you are disabled or non-disabled, I, you know, do suffer with chronic illness and have a few disabilities. So I just want to you know, promote equality regardless of where you are, but just feeling happy within your skin. And sometimes it is really hard to feel happy and confident when you are battling with maybe chronic illness, or you know, your weight is an issue, and it's, you know, affecting your health and stuff like that. And maybe it's not affecting your health, but you just felt insecure because of what society has sort of portrayed, or anything really. But I just want this page to be a place of you know, feeling good about yourself and feeling inspired to love fashion like I do. I think fashion has been something that has really, you know, improved my mental health. And I know that sounds crazy, but when I take care in what I look like, getting dressed every day and wearing nice clothes and looking after my skin, it really does make a difference to my morale and how I feel, regardless of whatever size I am. So that's what this channel is all about, just feeling good in yourself regardless of where you are in your, you know, your journey in your life. I went through many years of not looking after myself because when I first started to become unwell, and I was diagnosed with chronic illness, fibromyalgia. I have severe arthritis in my knees, my ankles, my hands, and I also have idiopathic intracranial hypertension, which is something that mimics like a brain tumour in and around the brain. It builds pressure, which gives you kind of symptoms that a brain tumour would give you. So for a long period of time, I neglected myself because I was really depressed, living with all of these chronic illnesses and feeling like my life was over. So along came weight gain with my chronic illnesses. I've always been a plus size girl, but I really found it difficult being on all different medications to manage my weight. It became really hard. And also, I will say I'm quite an emotional eater. So, you know, if I'm happy, I'll eat. If I'm sad, I'll eat. So yeah, I found it quite hard. I'm smiling, but yeah, it's no joke. It really isn't. And so yeah, my weight has gone up and down. And what really inspired me, or really gave me the switching point of, okay, Jodie, you need to do something about your weight, was the fact that my knees are so severely kind of deformed, and they're so painful, and my right leg being at the worst. So when I walk, I tiptoe on my right leg and I put all of my weight more so onto the left leg, which then is really painful because I'm putting all of my weight onto the left leg, then my left leg really starts hurting a lot, and then it's so hard because I'm kind of trying to juggle my weight from either leg to try and ease the pain. So what really, you know, made me think, okay, Jodie, it's time to kind of knuckle down and really give it a good go, was my surgeon said to me that my knees are in such a bad way, I need to have 2 knee replacements. And a lot of people, when I did sort of mention this, you know, online or in person to people, they were like, oh my God, you're so young. Like, how can you get a knee replacement? They don't normally offer that to people, you know, when you're not elderly. But because my knees are so bad, they said that I need 2 knee replacements. So he did say to me that we need to do this, but I don't think that you're going to get accepted because of your weight. So that was like a journey that I needed to go on. Next up, we're going to do some eye cream, and I am a Clarins girl through and through. I really do like the Clarins products. I think that they are great, especially for mature skin. I am in my 40s and I wanted something that was going to help with the lines under my eyes, and I started with this. So the lady recommended this in H Beauty, and when I first got it, I felt like it was too thick and just a little bit too, I don't know, so I stopped using it. And then one day I was like, do you know what, I'm gonna persevere and carry on using it. And ever since, I have, honestly, this is about my 4th bottle. It is so good. I really do feel like it's made a difference to my under eye section here. So I'm going to go in with some of this. So continuing talking about the reason why I decided to, you know, go on the GLP-1 and lose weight. So I just put a little bit on my fingers here, and I just kind of like apply it to just, not all right the way under my eyes, but just kind of here, and then it will seep its way up to my eye duct, if that's what it's called, and then I just kind of go around like this and put a little bit on the top. So yes, that's what I do with my eye cream. So yes, another thing that inspired me to start the GLP-1 was the fact that my neurologist said to me that if I was to lose quite a few stone, she does think that the intracranial, so the idiopathic intracranial hypertension may just go away. They have seen people that are larger, and when they lose weight, it disappears. That hasn't been the case for me, although I have lost quite a bit of weight. I do still have it. But yeah, I mean, she did say that it could be a possibility. The main reason why I started wanting to lose weight and, you know, started the GLP-1 was to get the knee surgery. So it did go to the board of people that it goes to when they are, you know, wanting to put you forth for surgery. It did go, and it did get refused on the grounds that I was too heavy, and they felt like if I was to have this surgery, I wouldn't get the best benefits out of it, like the recovery and going forward wouldn't be, well, I wouldn't get the best results being the size that I was. So I decided, that's it, I'm going to give the GLP-1 a go. I did a lot of research before I started the injection, because I'd heard so many horror stories over the last few years of people taking the GLP-1 and even people dying, that it really did scare me. And I really don't like putting stuff into my body unless I absolutely need to, and I take medication, and it's, yeah, I don't want to be on all the medication that I take, but I wouldn't be able to survive and be thriving now if I didn't have the help of the medication. So I really didn't want to add another thing into my body unless it was absolutely necessary. And in this case, to have a better quality of life and be able to have knee surgery, it caused for drastic measures, and so that's why I decided to take the GLP-1. Next up, we're going to go in with some face moisturizer, and this one is the Extra Firming Clarins, and it says that lifts, affects, wrinkle smoothing day cream. And it's really, really nice. This one is the one without the SPF in, because I did purchase the one with the SPF in and it was so thick, and I really don't like a really thick moisturizer. Because I have like oily combination skin, I just felt like the thicker it is and oilier it is, it just doesn't sit nice on my face. So when I went back into store, I said to the lady, I bought this cream that you recommended and I had to end up giving it to my husband. I gave it to my husband. It was really pricey as well. I think it was around £80 and it was really pricey, and I really was upset that I had to give it to him, but I wasn't going to use it. I did actually offer it to my sister-in-law, but she didn't use that cream, so I gave it to my husband. And then she said, which one did you buy? And I said, the one that was recommended. She said there's two versions. There's one with the SPF in and there's one without the SPF in. She said the one without is a lot lighter, a little bit more sort of kind of, yeah, just a lightweight and smoother finish. And she let me try it on my hands, and I think she gave me a tester and it was really nice. So I ended up buying this one and it has made such a difference. It is so, so nice. I will say behind me, guys, please don't take any notice of my wardrobe situation. The drawer broke, so we had to mount it on top of here. The drawers are all messy, but this is real life here, guys. So I'm going to put some cream on. So where was I at with the GLP-1? So I just put about that much. I put that much on my face. I don't know whether that's too much. I do try and not put too much because it is very spendy. And I literally just rub this into my skin. I have got a little scar here, which is so annoying because we were doing out our sort of shed, our outer house, and we were putting up shelves, and I was helping my husband hold the metal, like a metal pole bit, and it fell back and hit me in the face and scratched me. So there is a bit of a scar there, and I'm hoping that it disappears eventually. So this feels just really, really nice on my skin. Anyone that's sort of into skincare or, you know, is looking for a moisturizer, I'm going to put a little bit on my neck here, because another thing that I will say, somebody commented on my last video saying, watch how much you're losing, Jodie, because you're starting to look a little bit saggy in the face, I think she said. And then another subscriber came to my rescue, but I don't think that the lady was trying to be, you know, mean or anything. In the way that she said, it to me didn't feel like it was, you know, being mean or anything like that. And it's really hard, because when you write a message to someone, whether that be in a WhatsApp or a comment down below, sometimes it can be interpreted into a different way as to the way you mean it. So it is really quite hard, but I really didn't take it personally. Having saggy skin on my face has been something that has really kind of worried me within my weight loss. And having loose skin everywhere is something that has really sort of been at the forefront of my mind while I've been losing weight, because I was offered to get weight loss surgery. And you guys, if you are interested in that story, I will kind of link it down below in the description box. But I went through the motions of all of that and ended up not having it done, purely because the surgery got cancelled because the surgeons went on strike. They did want to redo it, like give me another date, which they did. And then I was like, I'm not ready to have it. I feel like I was really put off. I wasn't 100%, you know, in it. And I was doing it because I really want the knee surgery, and so I felt forced to do it. But I really didn't want to do it because I wanted to have some control over how much I lost, because I've seen a lot of people that had weight loss surgery and they have no control on how much they lose, and you have all of this extra skin. And I've done a lot of work on myself with being, you know, happy within my body, whether that be, you know, plus size, you know, being bigger or smaller, whatever. It really didn't matter about being plus size to me. It was purely because I needed to have this the surgery on my knees, that I wanted to do it. And so I really didn't want to go forth with the surgery and have a whole new issue to deal with. So I have a little bit of an interval. I had to go down and make myself something to eat. My belly was absolutely grumbling. I've got 2 crumpets, and this is probably the only thing that I put butter on. Whenever I make myself a sandwich, or I don't use butter at all. Excuse me. But I have to have some butter on my crumpets. So I haven't bought crumpets in ages, and I just really fancied them when I went shopping the last time. So I picked up some crumpets. Right, I'm going to devour this quickly, and we'll continue talking. Okay, so I've ate almost all of it. There's 1 slice left. I normally cut my crumpets in half. But yeah, I'm coming towards the end of like needing to sort of inject again my GLP-1. So I am feeling a little bit sort of hungry, and I don't normally get hungry in the mornings, but I am hungry this morning. So we're going to put on some SPF, and I like it this way, other than having the SPF in the face moisturizer. I feel like my sort of oil, in terms of like going throughout the day and under makeup and stuff, I find it better that I just use an SPF on its own. And this one is really, really good. This is the number 7 one. And it's SPF 50. It's really nice. It's not too thick. You don't get like a white cast over your face either. And I just really make it an importance to put SPF on my face every day. So I just rub that in. Okay, so I don't have like specific dates for you in terms of like when the actual date that I started taking my GLP-1, and I don't have the exact how much weight I've lost until now, because it has been quite a few months since I weighed myself, I'll be honest. Because a lot of people are like, oh, why are you doing that? Why have you not weighed yourself? I don't know. I just feel like I've got to a point where I'm happy with the weight loss that I've done, and I really don't want to lose much more, because again, like I said, you're going to deal with all of the loose skin. And for me, my start of this weight loss journey wasn't to lose weight to be skinny. It was to lose weight to get to a point where I was at a weight good enough to have my surgery on my knees. So it wasn't about, oh, when I get skinny I can wear this outfit or I can do this. I am very much confident in wearing whatever I want, and I enjoy life the size that I am. My weight loss was purely done because of having surgery on my knee. So yeah, I started taking the Mounjaro in, I would say, I think like October or November last year. And just like a quick recap, if you haven't been here before, I started taking the Mounjaro. I was serious about taking it and losing weight because I wanted and needed to have the surgery on my knees. However, my head wasn't fully in it and I wasn't making the best choices, like food choices, when I was hungry or when I needed to eat. So at first I didn't really see much weight come off, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm buying this GLP-1 and I'm not losing weight, like what is going on? And then eventually I started thinking to myself, Jodie, you need to take this more seriously. Like, this is a tool and it's not something that is just gonna, you know, magically make you lose weight if you don't put in the work. And so I started putting in the work. I started researching, you know, things to eat that will help my weight loss and that is good for my body. And when I started doing that, when I started really taking it seriously and, you know, making more healthier choices, I really did then start seeing weight loss. But I did have to up my dose to around 7.5, 10 milligrams before I really did start seeing a change. So symptoms that I got when taking the Mounjaro, which I do still suffer with a little bit now, but not as half as bad as when I first started. So I got a little bit fatigued. I already suffer with fatigue anyway, but I felt that I got a little bit more on top of what I already have. I was feeling sick, so I had this kind of sicky feeling, the way that you feel like when you're pregnant but you don't actually be sick. I was sick a couple times, but I just felt sick. And also I was getting really bad headaches. So like, again, I suffer with really bad headaches anyway because of my idiopathic intracranial hypertension, but I noticed that I was getting more headaches, something that was worrying because obviously where I suffer with headaches anyway and then they were coming even more was worrying to me because I was thinking, oh my god, maybe this medication isn't for me. But eventually it did die down, and I kind of went back to the kind of headaches that I just get because of like my condition. I do, when I inject, actually get, you know, like a cluster of headaches for the first couple of days. So I still do get that, but it's not as bad as when I first started taking the medication, and the medication was kind of being introduced to my body and, you know, it wasn't used to it. So the first sort of couple months was a little bit more intense than it is now. And one of the main things that I still suffer with is constipation, which sometimes it's worse than other times. And you'll see in one of my other videos that I spoke about the GLP-1 that I actually passed out because I was so probably backed up where I hadn't gone to the toilet, which is a bit TMI. But I just want to be real with you guys and tell you sort of like my experience with taking Mounjaro. It was really, really bad, but I kind of was like, no, I need to get on, I need to get onto this and find a way to be able to go to the toilet and not feel like I'm going to pass out or feel like my tummy is so hard and it hurts and I just don't feel right in myself. And I have actually managed to get to a point where I'm able to manage it. So, you know, it's not as bad now taking the GLP-1. I'm kind of used to it. I did work my way up all the way to 15 milligrams. I had to think then. So I did work my way up all the way to 15 milligrams. However, when the prices changed for the GLP-1, I was like, this is not good. This is not good. It's very expensive as it is anyway. I tried many times to get on the NHS, but because I'm not diabetic, they wouldn't give it to me. However, I did find it a little bit annoying because I have so many other health conditions that, you know, could be weight related as well, that I was just a little bit like, you are willing to give me surgery, like you're willing to put me under the knife and give me weight loss surgery, but you're not willing to give me the GLP-1, which was a bit annoying. So it is what it is. I ended up thinking about it and just thinking, you know what, we'll budget and we'll get this GLP-1 and see if it works, because all I wanted and all I want is to have my knee surgery. And I worked my way up all the way to 15 milligrams. And then, like I said, when the price changed, I was like, I'm not happy to pay £310 a month. And I feel like I'd got to a point where I was able to manage my weight a little bit myself without having to be at such a high dose. So what I did, I had a 15 milligram pen, and I stopped. The thing is, I realized that I wasn't taking it weekly. I started not taking it weekly and started taking it when I needed it. So sometimes I was pushing 15 milligrams to 2 weeks, which kind of worked out that I was taking 7.5. Like, I'd worked my way back down to 7.5. So when I thought about it, I was like, okay, so if I buy a 15 milligram pen, if I click it round 30 times, that is going to be, so to do a full 15 milligrams, you have to click it round all the way to the end, which is 60 clicks. But if you click it round 30 times, it's going to bring you down to 7.5. So it's going to bring you down to half of the 15 milligrams. So what I started doing is taking the 7.5, and actually 7.5 even lasts me longer than a week nowadays. So I'm getting more for my money, if that makes sense. I wouldn't recommend that you do this without researching it. And, you know, it's just what I do. So I'm just telling you what I do. So to date, I don't know exactly how much I've lost, because it has been quite a couple months since I weighed myself. But when I did weigh myself last, I was down about 6.5, 7 stone. And for me, I'm good with that. I will say that I have now been accepted to have my knee surgery, which I am so happy about. And I'm just waiting. I know the hospital that it's going to be in. I'm just waiting for the date. So, like, I'm just preparing myself and getting ready for that next step in my life. And hopefully I'll be able to walk a little bit better without so much pain. And a lot of people have said that it's such a life-changing surgery to have. So I'm really, really excited. So for everybody that's been asking down in the comments, you know, have you been accepted? I hope that you're nearly at that point where you will be able to have your weight loss surgery. I have reached that, so I'm really happy to let you guys know that I'm just waiting for my date. In terms of like trying to lose more weight, I'm not actively trying to lose any more weight. What I'm actually trying to do is maintain the weight that I'm at. I don't know what that weight is, so I can't tell you. And I haven't really shared like how much I sort of weighed to start, just kind of like how much I've lost. But I am not trying to actively lose much more weight, because I don't really like all of the excess skin. Not only that, I like being a curvy girl. It's all I've known. I feel comfortable in my body. And so I've kind of like, I'm just trying to maintain and stay where I'm at. And for some people, they might think, oh, you know, you're still plus size. And yes, I am still plus size. I am still quite heavy. I'm a tall girl. I'm nearly 6 foot. I used to be 5'11", but I am like about 5'10" now, because where my knee has kind of deformed and it's moving outwards, like the bottom half of my leg has bent, and I do feel like I arch quite a bit. Like when I walk, I kind of walk bent over. I don't sort of walk kind of straight up. I feel like I've kind of like, you know, they say when you get older you get shorter. I think that's happening to me, especially because of the arthritis in my body and what my body goes through on a daily basis. So I have kind of lost my height. So yeah, I'm not trying to actively lose any weight. For anybody out there that's like, Jodie, you're losing too much weight, or anyone who's out there that's saying how much more you're gonna lose, I feel like it has made a difference to my face. I do feel like if I lost any more weight, I'm gonna look older. And I've lost sort of a lot of fat in my face. And when you're bigger, you kind of, it's fuller, your face is fuller, your skin's stretched more. And I do feel like I do have a bit of saggy skin. So the Shark LED mask is really going to come in handy with helping me kind of lift that skin. But it's not a major thing where, you know, I am losing sleep over it. I'm happy. I feel a lot better in myself, as in, I just feel like I can move my body a little bit more at ease than when I was bigger, because obviously my weight has nothing to do with my chronic illnesses like my arthritis. You can get arthritis in anybody, any size, and the fibromyalgia, you can get that at any size. The intracranial hypertension, you can also get that any size. However, being lighter makes it a little bit easier to move around in such a painful body. So I am really grateful for that. I don't know what else to say. This was really kind of like a video that wasn't planned, and I didn't ask you guys any questions to ask me. So if you would like to ask me any questions that I haven't covered in this video, then please do leave it down in the comments, and maybe I can do a follow-up video or just mention it in one of my other videos if there aren't a lot of questions. But if you are thinking about taking the GLP-1, I would just recommend that you do a lot of research into it. I personally don't think that there's anything wrong with it, as long as you know, do your research and you make sure that if you do have any other health conditions, that it's the medication isn't going to interfere with any of that. And I'm sorry if I have said in this video loads of times. I've just realized that I'm saying it quite a lot. I finished my skincare. I'm going to continue on and do my makeup and get on with the rest of my day, because I do have a video to record for you lovely ladies. I am really excited to do this try and haul that I'm going to be doing next. So I've got to get my butt moving. If you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, or you know, you have any other questions, then like I said, do pop it down in the comments down below, and hopefully I can reply to you or answer it in another one of my videos. If you did enjoy this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and like I said, comment down below. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you would become part of my YouTube family. Like I said, here we are a friendly bunch. We are here just trying to inspire each other to live a happier, healthier life. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video coming up. I'm not quite sure, because I don't know when this video is going to go out. I've got to edit it and all sorts. So I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Mwah. Bye.